What's going on, people? Hope you're having a fantastic day. You look so damn good today. In this video, we're talking all about YouTube niches or niches, whatever you want to call them. I'm going to call them niches, but I think it's one of the most important aspects that goes into running a successful YouTube channel that actually grows. So throughout this video, I'm going to go through a sort of 7-step guide that will give you the opportunity to answer every question you need to bring you to your proper niche. So if you're struggling with that, or you're thinking you might be better served in a different niche, this is the video for you. We're gonna break it all down, and by the end of the video, you're gonna commit to a niche and you're gonna commit to crushing it on YouTube. So let's get right into it. Let's hammer it down and let's get to your niche. Let's go. That was kind of cringe, guys, but let's do it, all right? So for any of you lucky people who may be new here, my name is Ben. I'm a social media strategist. And on this channel, I release weekly videos to help you level up your game and your presence on social media. And this is actually one of the first few videos in my YouTube specific series. So if your goal is to grow on YouTube or Instagram or any other social media, be sure to click subscribe and hit the bell button so you never miss a video that can help you absolutely crush it. So welcome to the team. We're so happy to have you. So whenever the topic of niche comes up, people kind of get discouraged by it because everybody wants to be this free agent. They want to be making any kind of video that they want. And if you're a vlogger, you can definitely do that. But if you're trying to get into the game now, if you're not in a niche, even if you are a vlogger, it becomes very, very difficult to grow. And this was a concept that I struggled with very deeply as a new YouTuber because I didn't want to get put into that metaphorical box either. But then I kind of worked on it, see that without having a niche, it becomes very difficult to grow. And what really helped me get there, and this is the first tip, was understanding one very important concept. When you go through life and you need to solve a problem or you need to buy something or whatever it may be, people love to have a guy or a girl. They love to say, okay, you need this task or you need this product. I have a guy. They love to say that. People love to spread the word on their guy, girl, or person. So you need to become that on YouTube. And that essentially is your niche. So don't think that as a confining thing. Instead, think about that as your unique value that you're going to provide. You want to become that person because if you do, you're going to become the destination for that topic. And that is your goal of your niche. So step one is become the guy, the girl, or the person. Everybody loves having one of those. So you're going to become that here on YouTube. The second tip would be kind of a research tip. So if you have no idea what you want to make YouTube videos on, but you know you want to make YouTube videos, a good idea is to go look at what's actually in demand. So you can go use tools like Google Trends. You can use the YouTube search bar. You can use tons of different things, even on YouTube, see what videos are performing very well. And if you're interested in those niches, maybe that's where you go. Maybe that's where you invest your time. But what I would say with this is that it is a dangerous game to create a channel if you're just choosing it because of a niche. And why I say that it's a dangerous game is because likelihood of becoming a full-time YouTuber or growing a full-time income on YouTube is a lot more likely than you think. And once you get into it and if you commit to it, you'll start to see that. And if you go full-time on something that you don't like, that sucks. That kind of defeats the purpose of the awesomeness that is YouTube, that you can go full-time on something you're passionate about. So don't strictly ride trends. You want to try to mesh what's in demand with what you're really passionate about. So a good place to go look for that is on Google Trends, different forums, maybe it's Reddit, and then just look at what's going on in social media, stuff that you consume, and see what's really popping and see if that may be where you want to go. So the second tip would be to conduct your research so you can go into it with a plan. So I don't want you to spend too much time on this because I think too much thinking and not enough action is a very bad recipe, but spend some time putting a list together of potential niches that you think you may fit into, and then we'll work from that in the steps to come. So now that you've used the tools that are accessible on the internet to try to get an idea of what niches are out there, the next step, being the third one, is to answer some internal questions very specific to you and your unique set of skills, your personality, all that good stuff. So the questions you want to ask yourself in step 3 is, what are you good at? Like, what are you currently good at? You should know, obviously you're you, so you should have a pretty good idea as to what you're good at. And then kind of a caveat or an addition to that is, what are you willing to become good at? Because like I've said in previous videos, you don't need to be the expert as long as you're willing to become a relative expert. So answer those two questions. What are you currently really good at? Or what are you willing to become good at? That's a great place to start. And a lot of people don't give themselves enough credit. They come to me and they're like, oh, I can't pick a niche because, Ben, I don't have any skills. And people like people with skills.
Girls only want boyfriends who have great skills.
So what I would say to that is there's a few more questions that you can ask yourself that will allow you to be a little more objective and make a better decision of what a good niche might be for you. So the first question is, what do people come to you for? So maybe you already are that guy, girl, or person for the people within your life. Like, what kind of questions do you constantly field? If people are struggling with a certain problem or issue, who do they go to? If it's you for a specific problem, that's a potential niche for you right there. The second thing is, what are things or fields that come extremely easy to you and not to other people? If you can find some of those where you're better than the masses at something, that is a golden ticket for you. And that's actually exactly what I did. When I was conducting all of my research on social media in the beginning, I found that all these concepts, they came very, very easy to me, and they didn't to other people. So that right there speaks to a demand and a need for the type of videos that I make. So you can find this in all kinds of fields. Just think, like, what is super easy for you? What are you known for? And what do people come to you looking for answers, advice, or guidance? Doing that is going to give you a better idea and a better position to pick the right niche. The fourth thing is, we're getting closer to your niche here, but what I will say, I touched on this briefly earlier, but passion definitely matters. If you are passionate about what you're talking about, what you're making videos about, it's gonna come through when people hear you speak. Like, people who watch my videos, they know that I am hyper passionate about social media, online business, stuff like that. And it comes through when I'm speaking, which is one, very important. But two, the other aspect to that is, when you truly are passionate about something, you're going to work to become the best at it because you genuinely want to. So you're going to continue to level up, allowing you to bring more and more value over time to your audience, enhancing the importance of you as that destination for that kind of content. So it's very important, one, because you don't want to get stuck in a niche that you hate. And two, it's going to ensure that you always have that willingness and that desire to continue leveling up, giving people a solid reason to stick around. So when doing all this research, think about that. Passion is paramount. And I have found historically that success finds its way to passionate people just because of all the things that go along with passion and working towards something. So ensure that as you're going through these steps, that you're looking through a lens of passion. That's step 4 or 5. I'm not sure where we are, but passion is very, very important. Okay. Think about that. So that was step 4. So now we're on 5. And the next step is, don't put yourself in too much of a box. I know we've been using that analogy a lot, but you can mesh niches. So what I mean by that is, you could take, say, so for myself personally, I talk about social media, but I also talk about other online business or podcasting, things of that nature. And the reason for that and why it works is because there's likely a lot of overlap there, meaning that those people that are looking for success on social, they're probably looking for help or advice on other elements that would go along with their business or their personal brand or their brand in general. So by talking about those different fields, I have an opportunity to reach new potential audiences that I maybe wouldn't have strictly talking about the one niche because they're so connected. So the one thing I will say with that is, I want to try not to get too crazy, because if you start talking about sports one day and then the next day you're talking about, let's say, what's something completely unrelated to sports, and then you're talking about real estate, let's say, there's not a whole lot of connections there. And it's going to make it harder for you to grow, one, because YouTube won't know how to define you. And then two, once you have gained some momentum and you do start growing, if you do something totally out of the realm of connection with your previous niche, it's going to alienate your existing viewers, and those videos are going to perform very poorly. And the more of them that you do that do perform poorly, it's going to have a negative connection to how YouTube views you overall. So it's going to impact even your on niche videos in the future. So don't think that you are stuck in one lane, you're just hyper stuck, but think about it logically, like what makes sense. And then you can combine niches or broaden your existing niche based on what makes sense. So this isn't a box. We're not trying to restrict you here. We're just trying to set you up in the best position to be successful and grow on YouTube. Like I said earlier, this is one of the first videos in my YouTube specific series. So if your goal is to grow a YouTube channel, I'm gonna walk you through every single step, and picking your niche is really just the first one. We're gonna get a lot more tactical as we move on. So be sure to click subscribe so you never miss those videos to help you blow up on YouTube. And hey, if you're feeling generous or if you're taking some value from this video, please take 2 seconds, smash the like button. It'll get you 10 years of good luck on YouTube for one click. So we're talking about awesome deals here. It's a win-win. Thanks so much. So the sixth step is really just to get to it. So I only want you to spend about 10% of this initial time and effort into thinking and planning, because that is important. You want to come to something with a plan. It's going to allow you to be successful far faster. It's going to allow you to set goals for yourself and keep you accountable. But so many people invest way too much time into this thinking and planning phase that they build up so much fear and anxiety about execution that they never even get to it, and they don't even figure out what they don't know yet. So I want you to spend time, like a little bit of time, 10% of it, getting planned and getting ready. The other 90, I want you to invest executing, trying and figuring things out. Once you have a bit of a framework, get to work, start making videos and start improving your skill set and your ability to make awesome content that's going to be valuable to the people within your niche. And that's one of the most important things, is that at this given moment, you don't know what you don't know yet. And that is very, very valuable, is figuring that stuff out. And YouTube and social media is awesome because you can get real-time feedback just through creating content. So I want you to focus on creating content, getting comfortable with creating content, because it can be scary. It can be daunting at first, but the more that you do something, the more normalized it becomes. It reduces the amount of stress. So then that can allow you to focus and double down on your craft and get better at it and make more productive and more beneficial videos that are gonna help you grow. And these videos to come within this YouTube playlist should be a huge tool for you, where you're gonna invest some of that 90% time honing your craft, honing your ability to grow on YouTube, and ultimately find success for your channel in your niche, or niches if we're combining some stuff. The seventh and final tip is one that I cannot stress enough. It is the most important thing. If you don't do this, the other 6 steps won't matter. Your niche will be a complete waste, and that is to subscribe to my channel. So as much as that's a joke, it's also not though. And what I mean by that is you wanna surround your YouTube environment, your YouTube community, with as many resources as possible to set you up for success. So what I mean by that is you wanna follow the people who are crushing it within your niche. All the people that make similar videos to me, I subscribe to all of them and I watch all of their stuff because I love to learn from them, 1. And 2, it keeps me accountable and keeps me motivated to make better and more videos. And it's also great for video ideas. And the second element of that, beyond the people just within your niche, is you want to subscribe to people who can help you better perform and grow your presence online. So people like myself who will help you stay on top of YouTube execution, on other social media strategies. You want some of those within your YouTube community, constantly feeding you tips and advice to help you level up and continue to grow and scale and come with the best strategy for the given time. So pick a few of your favorites within your niche, and then pick a few of your favorites of people who can help you with social. Should be me, so click subscribe, and that will give you a good framework and system to ensure that you're constantly leveling up and bringing the best product forward. Another pro tip in extension to this is set aside a specific amount of time each week to watch both kinds of content. What is the latest video from your biggest competitor who's crushing it? And then what is the latest video from the YouTube or social media person who's gonna help you bring your game to the next level? Setting aside time for this will ensure that you do it and will allow you to continue that momentum and continue you getting better at what you do and bring your YouTube success and YouTube monetization far faster. So that brings us to the comment question for today's video, or really the comment commitment for the video. After watching this and after executing all of the steps which we've talked about previously, I want you to make the commitment to your niche, commit to the 10% so you can get to the 90% of action. Let me know in the comment section down below what niche or niches, if you're combining a few, that you're committing to, and let me know why you chose those niches. Let me know. As always, I love to show love for all the people who support myself and the channel. So the Instagram shout out for those who shared when they were watching the video and tagged me in it so I saw it goes to this person right here. You're an absolute legend. And then the comment shout out goes to this beautiful person right here for commenting on last week's video. To be featured in the next one, shout us out over on Instagram, tag me in it, and then comment on this video for a chance to be featured in the next. So don't forget to subscribe. Like I said, I'm gonna be bringing an entire series of YouTube specific videos that are gonna help you crush it with your channel. Also, it's completely free to subscribe. You can also unsubscribe later, but I'm very, very confident you won't want to once you're here. We're a cool group here. We have a lot of fun and we crush on social, one being YouTube. So I just linked a video right here where I talk about the tipping point that I reached with my channel where it really started to take off. So if you're a small channel, be sure to check that out. And then I also just linked a recent video where I talk all about how I went full-time on YouTube. So if that's one of your goals, be sure to check that out. Thank you guys so much for watching. Go crush it on YouTube, and I'll see you in the next video. Peace.